What's going on, everyone? So welcome to my latest video. This is my latest top 10 list. This time around, it is my top 10 must-own Blu-rays. So I know what you guys are thinking. Blu-rays? I haven't heard that word in a long time. I stream my movies. Don't most people? Well, yes, most people do. But for myself, I've been a huge physical media proponent for a long time. It used to be back in the day I collected DVDs, but then I came across the power of Blu-ray and upgraded my entire collection from DVD to Blu-ray, except for these movies, and that's only because these movies aren't on Blu-ray, unfortunately, at least in America. So I do own a lot of movies, as you see on physical media. I would say over 500, and of those 500, about 350 to 400 of them are, in fact, Blu-ray. So I'm a huge proponent of Blu-ray in particular because it is 1080p quality. It is really good looking. The average 1080p movie that you'll watch on streaming, it's usually about 3 to 5 gigabytes in terms of the quality, versus physical media, it's usually around 20-25 gigabytes. So that's a huge difference. And that's only talking about the the visuals. Another thing to keep in mind is that streaming a lot of times goes based off of your internet connection. So if your internet connection isn't the best, or maybe the service itself just isn't the best, it can lag sometimes, and it can also go down to 720p, 360p, or 480p. So it's not necessarily always going to be consistent. It depends a lot on your internet service. Versus physical media, you don't have to worry about that. It's consistent as long as you take care of your discs, which I know for myself, I do, so I haven't had that issue. So again, these are the top 10 movies that, in my opinion, I think every physical media collector should own. This is not to necessarily talk about the quality of the film itself, because there are going to be some titles on here that you're going to be like, wait a minute, I hate that film. And that's fine, but there's no denying the actual quality of the audio presentation, the video presentation, and I will also talk about, in some cases, the bonus features as well as the packaging, because those also, in my opinion, as a physical media collector, do also come to be. But either way, sit back, enjoy, because I'm going to be talking about these top 10 movies. But before I do that, I will be giving you guys 5 honorable mentions, going from the one that was furthest from making my top 10 to then the one that was pretty much my number 11 slot and was so close to making my top 10, and then I'll be going from 10 to 1. So guys, enough exposition. Let's get started. So kicking these off with honorable mentions, we have The New World. So The New World is excellent looking. This is a film that I saw originally on DVD. I believe it was back in July of 2014. And when I saw it on DVD, I could tell it looked good. But watching it on Blu-ray, it is outstanding, especially the 4K digital restoration. Basically, that means that it was restored digitally on 4K and then it was just put onto the Blu-ray disc. It looks incredible. I love this Blu-ray disc, but not only that, look at the packaging. The packaging is so cool. Even just the inside, like you see the different artwork, and it also comes with an art book, and then it also comes with, I believe it's 3 cuts. Yeah, the first cut, the actual cut, and then the extended cut. So you get all 3 cuts. I will say, if you are, for me, I'm a fan of the extended cut, like that's my go-to, but if you do prefer the theatrical cut, or the first cut, one thing I will say that might be a red flag to some is that those versions aren't the 4K restoration. If I'm not mistaken, it's the original 2K restoration that was, prior to Criterion getting it. So, but either way, this is one of those films that, say what you will about the film itself, I personally love it, but for me, I absolutely love the presentation of this Blu-ray. It is incredible. If this film does get a a 4K where it has HDR, I don't know if I'll be picking it up. I don't think I will, because I am so blown away by this Blu-ray presentation. Definitely a must-own in my opinion. And next up, we have another Criterion. Definitely not going to be a film for everyone, but again, we're talking about everything else but the actual film, and that is Eraserhead. So Eraserhead, it looks great. It is black and white, and it is a 4K digital restoration, which, similar to The New World, means that it was restored in 4K and then it was put onto a Blu-ray disc. And you can definitely tell because it looks so healthy. It also sounds great. David Lynch has a very unique sound design. Again, the film itself won't be for everyone, but if you look at this packaging, especially if you've seen the film, it is so cool with what they did. And it also comes with a booklet, which is very detail-oriented, and also it comes with a lot of bonus features. Now, off the record, I did watch this film the first time on the 7 Seas, and I remember thinking that it looked good, but picking it up on Blu-ray and seeing it on Blu-ray just blew me away. I absolutely love this film, and also the look and the sound is just great. definitely a film that every physical media collector should own. So that was an honorable mention. Next honorable mention, we have Life of Pi. This is a film that I saw in theaters in 3D, which is ironic because this film, the physical media, comes with the Blu-ray 3D, which I unfortunately haven't seen the Blu-ray 3D yet. Comes with the Blu-ray feature film, and then a DVD copy as well as digital copy. So this is a film I saw in theaters, blown away by the visuals and the audio. And then on DVD, I did see, because I got the DVD at my local library, and I thought it looked good. But then watching it on Blu-ray, it was just, holy cow. It felt like I was back in the theater watching it. It was that great. I do know that there is a 4K that is out, and I've years back was close to picking it up on 4K, but I just always come back to the fact that from what I understand, it is an upscale, which means that I think the original transfer was a 2.8K scan, and then it got pushed up to a 4K, so it's not an actual 4K from what I understand. So I don't really see the need for it, although I have heard the HDR is good, but I'm just so satisfied by this Blu-ray presentation that I'm sticking with the Blu-ray as of right now. And definitely a film that you can find pretty sure right now for like $7-8 on Blu-ray, and it's so worth it. It does come with some bonus features, getting to see the behind the scenes, which is cool. And again, just having the 3 discs is just really cool. So definitely a film that, again, say what you will about it, but the presentation on Blu-ray, truly, truly reference quality. And next up, we have another reference quality presentation. We have Avatar, James Cameron's Avatar, which came out in 2009. This is going to be a hard sell for me to pick up on 4K. I know it came out in 4K, like, what was it, last year? And at first, I was like, maybe I'll pick it up on 4K. But at this point, I'm like, I don't think so. It's not even just because of the visuals and audio, which are both, by the way, mind-blowing. It's because of the packaging. Like, look at this. This looks outstanding. I am so satisfied. It's almost like a digibook. There's so much care that's put into this, and it comes with little slots for for each disc. It also comes with 3 cuts of the film, which is pretty cool. Plenty of bonus features. It's just overall really, really cool. Like I just can't see myself giving this up. Truly, truly happy with this. Again, I know the film's not for everyone, which I get. I originally wasn't a fan of this, but there's no denying how great this Blu-ray presentation is, and just the packaging and everything. Definitely one that you need to own, especially if you want to showcase to someone that is like on the fence about physical media. Pick this up. And last but not least, this was so close to making my top 10 list, and it might be a surprise to some, but I'll give a little bit of explanation. Before I actually do that, I forgot to mention Avatar I did not see in theaters, at least when it first came out. But I did see on DVD before picking up on Blu-ray, and the difference was mind-boggling on Blu-ray. But anyways, my last honorable mention, we have The Master. So The Master is a film that I don't know if we'll ever get on 4K. If it does get a 4K restoration, I'll be interested to see, just out of curiosity, but I don't know if I would, own it. We'll see. Only time will tell. But either way, I'm so happy with this Blu-ray. It is a film that was shot on 70mm. And you can tell because it is incredible looking. It is a very distinct looking film. And it also has Johnny Greenwood's score, which is just on another level, man. Just definitely a great looking, great sounding film. I did not own this on DVD previously. This was a film that when I first saw it was on Netflix. And I remember thinking it looked good, but it's night and day. Like the Netflix streaming versus this, it's night and day. Like this hands down beats the Netflix transfer that I saw. So highly recommend owning this on Blu-ray. And you can pick it up now. I think it's like $14-15, which I think is worth it. It does come with some bonus features, Back Beyond, which is outtakes, additional scenes, about 20 minutes or so, and then Unguided Message, which is an 8-minute short. And it does come with some teasers and trailers, and also a landmark documentary, Let There Be Light, by John Huston, which is 58 minutes long. So not a lot of bonus features, but more than usual for nowadays. So love this film, love the presentation. So yeah, those are my 5 honorable mentions. They were so close to make my top 10, but again, there were 10 films that I thought were better in terms of the presentation. So kicking things off with number 10, we have Seven. So Seven is a film that I know overseas it does have a 4K, and the 4K packaging is very enticing. There's the What's in the Box edition, which is a box, and it has, all the physical media and even some collectible items. And I'm not going to lie, it looks incredible, but I don't know if that's going to get in America at any point in time. If it does, then I'll pick it up. But here's the thing. even though the Blu-ray itself is kind of bare minimum, and as you see, it's your typical Blu-ray casing. And I do wish that the DVD had like, it was like a John Doe notebook, which was really cool. Like, I loved it. Part of me does wish that I held on to it because I originally owned it on DVD first, and then I picked it up on Blu-ray. So packaging wise, this is a film where it's like, it's kind of a whiff. It's like, it's bare minimum, but the bonus features does have quite a bit, which is really cool. And the audio and video presentation is truly terrific stuff. I watched this film, I think it was on my Vudu at like a friend's house, and it looked good. But then I went home and I watched it on Blu-ray, and it was like night and day. It's kind of insane how great this film looks on Blu-ray. I am curious about a 4K restoration in terms of it being released in America, just to see what the differences are. But I'm very, very satisfied with this 4K not 4K restoration, this Blu-ray. I think it is truly, truly great. Highly recommend this. Again, one of the best Blu-rays I've personally seen. Next up, my number 9, we have Mad Max Fury Road. So this is a film I saw, 4 times in theaters, and then after I watched it 4 times in theaters, I then picked it up immediately on Blu-ray. And when I started getting into 4Ks, I was like, am I going to upgrade Mad Max Fury Road? And originally I was going to, but then when I looked into it, apparently the 4K restoration has it where it's, from what I understand, it's an upscale. And then also all the scenes involving fire apparently look really, really fake because of HDR. So for those reasons, I've just always been like, nah, I'm not gonna upgrade it. I had an opportunity to when it dropped to like $15, but I was like, nah, I'm good. Because the Blu-ray I'm so satisfied with. I think it looks outstanding. It sounds great. It doesn't come with like a lot of bonus features, but it comes with enough to where I'm like, it, is definitely worth picking up. And again, it's one of those films where it is reference quality in terms of the video and audio. Definitely a film every physical media collector should own. And of course, the film itself is terrific. But yeah, that was my number 9. Next up, my number 8, we have True Grit, 2010. So this is another film I saw multiple times in theaters. I think it was 3 or 4 times. And then I did pick it up on DVD. And then, of course, I decided to upgrade to Blu-ray. And I have to say, the DVD, I remember thinking it looked good. But then it's, again, night and day from going from DVD to Blu-ray. The Blu-ray looks so healthy. It sounds great. I think it's a 5.1 track. It, again, sounds incredible, looks incredible. I love the film itself, but it also comes with a pretty decent amount of bonus features on the Blu-ray disc, which is awesome. Just overall, a Blu-ray that is reference quality, and I would highly recommend, especially if you like Westerns, definitely pick this up. One of the best looking Westerns, and is, again, one of my go-tos. There is one Western where the quality of the film itself isn't higher than True Grit, but there is another Western where it's a little bit higher in terms of reference quality of Blu-ray. You'll see what I'm talking about. But please, pick up True Grit 2010. It's worth it. So that was my number 8. Next up, my number 7, we have Watchman 2009. So Watchmen 2009, there's a bit more backstory in terms of my relationship with this film. When I first saw this film, I saw the first, 20 minutes or so. My critical viewing teacher in high school showed the first 20 minutes to me because him and I were talking about DVD and Blu-ray and, if it's worth upgrading. And he showed the first 20 minutes to me and I was like, holy cow, you can immediately tell not only in terms of the visuals, but the audio. The audio is just on another level for this film. It is truly great. This film and Dark Knight Rises are the 2 films where I was like, well, maybe I should start buying Blu-rays. This is a great looking film. It's a great sounding film. The film itself isn't going to be for everyone. I do know that it is divisive, which I totally get. There is a 4K release for this. I haven't had any interest to pick it up. Reason being is because apparently there's an animated comic book short film that was added into the extended cut. I love the extended cut of the film, but I know myself and I feel like adding in animation to a film that's live action, it just feels like it would take me out. So I haven't dabbled into the 4K, and apparently the 4K is also an upscale. So I haven't really had the urge to pick it up. Maybe if it gets a 4K release some other time, but it's going to be very hard for me to be convinced otherwise because I'm very happy with this Blu-ray. Also, there are so many bonus features with this film, which is also great. And it does come with both cuts. It comes with the director's cut and the, I believe it's also the theatrical cut, or maybe that's the digital code. But either way, I love the director's cut, so That's why I own this. But holy cow, what a great film. And also sounds and looks great. So that was my number 7. Next up, my number 6. This is the Western that I was talking about earlier. My number 6, we have The Lone Ranger. Yes, I know this film is pretty much hated by all. Do I understand it? Kinda not. But either way, even if you're not a fan of the film, the Blu-ray presentation is just immaculate. I love the video quality. I love the audio quality. The bonus features, there's enough to where it's like, okay, that's kind of cool. It has bloopers, deleted scenes, riding the rails of Lone Ranger, Army's Western road trip, and becoming a cowboy. So it does have decent amount of bonus features. I mean, I've seen more, of course, but still, it has a slipcover. It also has a pretty cool menu. I love that in terms of when this came out. It was, you know, when you pause the film, it actually would stay at that spot for the next time, which is cool. But yeah, overall, I love the presentation of this film. It sounds and looks incredible. I think that you can find this now for like between $10 and $15. Highly recommend this. Again, you might not like the film itself, but this is definitely one of those films where it's like, it's reference quality. You can show it to anyone and be like, see, this is why you want to pick it up on Blu-ray. But yeah, Lone Ranger, that was my number 6. And next up, we get into the nitty gritty, top 5. So kicking that off, my number 5, we have, here we go, The Grand Budapest Hotel. Yes, I own 2 editions. So originally I owned just the Grand Budapest Hotel. This was the one that came out in 2014 in regards to the I believe it was 20th Century Fox edition. This was actually a film that was given to me by one of my professors in college, so it does have sentimental value for me, which is why I haven't sold it. But it is a film that looks great, sounds great. So why did I pick it up on 4K? I mean, not 4K. Why did I pick it up on Criterion Blu-ray? Reason being is because I saw the packaging for this, and I immediately was like, I need to own this. But I will say this. If you are someone that is trying to save money, I would go with this one. You can find it, pretty sure, for like $5-6 on Blu-ray. It does come with some bonus features, not a lot, but it does come with some. And then you can also probably find it with a slipcover, which is nice. But so if you're trying to save money, this is the version to go. If you are someone that loves the film the way I do, this is the version that I would recommend. And what I will also say is this. Bonus features aside, the 2K restoration on both, I'm pretty sure are the same. Like, I watched the Grand Budapest Hotel on Blu-ray, like on that 20th Century Fox edition several times. And I've seen it this several times. And I had a difficult time being able to differentiate the two. So again, if you're trying to save money, go with that one. But if you want the collector's edition, this is the one to go. Like, even just looking at the designs, the artwork, and the best part, besides the fact that it has even more bonus features, you also get Boy with Painted Apple. It's like a booklet, just going over like the making of it, and then also comes with Romantic Poetry, Volume 1. So little details like this are what I love. It's like, if you've seen the film, these little details really add up, and that's what I love about Wes Anderson's Criterion editions in general. There's so many little details. There's also a poster. So again, to sum it up, if you are someone that loves the Grand Budapest Hotel with a passion the way I do, pick up the Criterion Blu-ray. It's going to be $20 if you get it on a flash sale from Criterion or Barnes & Noble's sale. But if you're someone that likes the movie but just wants to get it for the video and audio, that's the one to go for. I unfortunately never saw this film in theaters. It's definitely a film that I would like to, because it is one of my favorite films of all time. But I did watch it on the 7 Seas, and then I watched it on Blu-ray. And so again, if you want to just see the film in terms of the video and audio, go with the 20th Century Fox edition. If you want the video and audio plus all the bonus features and the actual quality of the physical media in terms of the packaging, this is the one to go. So yeah, I love this film. Highly recommend picking it up on Blu-ray. So yeah, that was my number 5. Next up, my number 4, we have The Thin Red Line. So this is a film that is just incredible in terms of the visuals. The video and audio quality is on another level. Terrence Malick at the beginning of the film does have a caption where it's stating like, hey, I recommend that you have this, the volume up really high for this film. And it's warranted, because this film, in terms of having the volume up loud, you really get immersed into the nature of this film. And then when the score comes into the soundscape, it's also really immersive. But the visuals are on another level. This is a film that came out 25 years ago, but it looks like it was shot yesterday. The filmic look to it is just outstanding. And definitely a film that also, if you are a collector, I think that the only other way that you can watch this on physical media is the DVD. So I would highly recommend the Blu-ray, because the Blu-ray also has a lot of bonus features. And then it also has pretty cool packaging. Like, it has a nice booklet, the way that most Criterions do. But yeah, definitely one of the finest Blu-rays that I've ever seen, no question. But yeah, it's my number 4. Next up, my number 3, we have another Criterion Blu-ray. We have Barry Lyndon. So Barry Lyndon, similar to those other ones, it comes with a cool booklet. It comes with 2 discs. Thankfully, the 2 discs, the one has the movie, and then the second disc has all the bonus features, which there are plenty. And this was a 4K restoration. The film itself, I think I got out the DVD at my local library, and so to see it on DVD, and then next thing I know, buying it on Blu-ray and seeing the 4K restoration on Blu-ray, it's just otherworldly, man. Like, this is definitely a film that you can pause at any point in the film, and similar to Grand Budapest Hotel, every shot looks like a painting. It's that great looking, and the audio is also great. It's a 5.1 surround soundtrack, and it sounds great. Definitely a film I highly recommend. If it ever comes out in 4K, I'm going to have a hard time deciding to pick it up on 4K, because I'm just so happy with this Blu-ray. So definitely recommend this. One of the finest looking Blu-rays, and that's my number 3. Next up, my number 2, we have Lincoln. So Lincoln is a film that I originally saw in theaters, and I think I saw it twice in theaters, and then I did buy it on DVD. And I thought that it looked good on DVD at the time. I hadn't really been introduced to Blu-ray at that point in time. But when I started picking up Blu-rays, this was one of the films that I decided. I think I got it for $5 at FYE, but best $5 I think I've ever spent, because holy cow, the visuals, like the video and audio of this film is on another level. Again, another film that if it ever comes out in 4K, I don't know if I'm going to pick up, because I'm just so happy with this Blu-ray. It's not even, it's crazy. The amount of work that was put into this film in terms of the Blu-ray is just really, really awesome. I will say the bonus features, I do kind of wish that there was more to it, because there's only The Journey to Lincoln and Historical Tapestry, Richmond, Virginia, and that's all on the Blu-ray. This does also come with the DVD, which also has the same bonus features, and both also, I think it's a 5.1 surround. Yeah, both have 5.1 surround. So it's an overall, oh wait, there's also the possibility of 7.1 surround, which is also awesome. But just overall, a film that the packaging itself, it's nothing special. But the film itself, I love, and I also think that the video and audio is just reference quality, and it's on another level. So highly recommend picking this up. And that was my number 2. Next up, my number 1. Some of you may have guessed it, some of you may not, but this is the film that when I think about Blu-rays and the potential of Blu-rays, this is the one that I think about first. My number 1 is The Tree of Life. So The Tree of Life, as you see, 20th Century Fox had The Tree of Life when it first came out. I think it was summer of 2011. I believe the Blu-ray came out towards the end of 2011. So this was the edition that 20th Century Fox originally had come out. And then this is the Criterion, which came out many years later. Now, I own 2 editions, as you see. This is not simply a Grand Budapest Hotel situation where it's like, oh, they're both 2K restorations and they both have it where you can't even really tell the difference. And that the one you want to just pick up because of the packaging and the bonus features. No, this is another thing altogether. So if you like the theatrical cut and that's the only one that you want to watch and you were okay with not really having bonus features, go with this one. You can find it for pretty cheap. I'm sure it's like $10. But if you want the extended cut, which I might add is my preferred version that I like to watch, and if you also want the 4K restoration, just put onto a Blu-ray disc, this is the one to pick up. This comes with both the extended cut and the theatrical cut. It comes with a load of bonus features. And again, the extended cut not only is a better film, but it looks so, so good. I just haven't sold this just for sentimental value because it is a film that when I look at this Blu-ray, I just immediately memories come back to where I'm like, oh yeah, I used to hate this film. It's kind of insane, and now it's one of my favorite films of all time. But again, this is great looking. It sounds great looking, but this is the version that you want to get. Again, I've seen it on DVD and I've seen it on that Blu-ray and this Blu-ray. This is the definitive version. I will say the packaging, again, is pretty amazing. Comes with the booklet. from the famous scene, the creation scene. And then again, it comes with extended version and theatrical version, which is really cool. Because even if you don't like the extended cut and you want the theatrical cut, it comes with it, which is great. So yeah, I love this. Also, I forgot to mention, although I love the Tree of Life, like the original poster, this artwork is from one of my favorite shots in cinema in general. So to see that on the front poster of the Criterion Blu-ray, it's awesome. So highly recommend it. The film's divisive, but the presentation from the video and audio, it's on another level. Hey guys, that's my top 10 must-own Blu-rays. Very curious to see your guys' top 10 Blu-rays that, you know, you feel everyone should own. Let me know in the comment section down below. And also keep in mind that there were a lot of Blu-rays where it was like so close to making my top 10. But there's, again, a lot of great looking Blu-rays out there. I'll try to put down my, my list of movies that I own on Blu-ray, maybe in the description box down below. But let me know the top 10 reference quality Blu-rays for you guys. And also be on the lookout. I will be releasing my top 10 must-own 4Ks. Stay tuned for that. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget subscription, notification bell, follow me down Letterboxd, and I will catch you guys later.